Chapter 6, Athletic Administrator of the Year, Jason Przybysz, Cleveland Hill. In a small school community, athletics don't just have seasons. They have a thread that runs through generations. And the job isn't only schedules and busing, it's relationships, culture, and keeping students connected when it's easy for them to drift away. Jason Przybysz learned that quickly when he arrived at Cleveland Hill over 2 decades ago. And today, he's trying to build a legacy that lasts.
Well, I ended up here at Cleveland Hill back in 2000. I finished my student teaching right out of Canisius College. I was working at Clarence High School, finishing up that last placement, and Greg Kazubski was the athletic director. Through luck, and battling through interviews, I got hired as a middle school phys ed teacher here back in October of 2000. I was coaching football out of a need. One of my former college buddies got a job here, and he was a graduate of Cleveland Hill, and he said, "Hey, I need an assistant coach," and that's how I started.
And after 25 years, he's risen to the top of the athletic program and as a leader across Section 6.
One of the biggest things I found is that making those relationships and the bond that lasts. There's, students that I had taught and coached now have their kids here, a couple of them playing in our modified program. And it's really enlightening to see how members of our community stay, how things really don't change that much. As many, people say, oh, everything changes. And that's true. But the values are still there, the concept, the responsibilities of the coaches and the parents and the leaders that are here.
But today's world makes that culture harder to protect. Participation, engagement, and the daily obstacles that nobody sees.
I think that challenge is changing every day. We talk a lot in our meetings about the changing dynamic of lack of officials, transportation issues. Those are things, factors that are outside of our control. The one that, people look at internally, like what's your school's culture like? What makes kids want to come out for your programs, and are they supported? How can we keep them engaged? And I find that even within our own walls to be a challenge. We got low numbers, especially in our girls programs, but we're trying to find ways to resolve them, bring communities back, bring kids back into the interscholastic athletics, and show them that this is a short time frame of their life and it should be the most rewarding and enjoyable.
So the solution starts earlier, rebuilding the fun, rebuilding the purpose, and giving students a reason to belong.
I'll focus this year especially on the intramural programs at our younger level, elementary, middle school, and really trying to focus on ways to just bring back an engagement philosophy, ways to get kids to come to school before or after with a purpose. Your education isn't just about what you're getting in the classroom through your core subjects or your phys ed program, but the extension pieces, the relationships, the fun activities that you can do.
After 22 years of leading the varsity basketball program, he's still coaching. Just a different team now.
This was my first year stepping out of it as I transitioned into an administrative role here. Now my primary focus is helping to coach the coaches, working with them.
As only the 6th athletic director in school history, Przybysz understands the importance of his role heading into the future.
Knowing the history of our school is important. Sharing the history with our current group and passing that on, I feel is not only an important aspect, but one that people often overlook. You got to know where you came from a little bit to have a direction of where to go. And I value that. And so, I want to carry that torch as long as I can and continue to share those words of wisdom from, great leaders and coaches that we've had in the past, because I wouldn't be here without them.